I have come today to propose a solution for the energy crisis in Ghana. And this has to be taken seriously, but I've just said it as I can, and hopefully if somebody is listening, we can get somewhere. I do know that these questions that I'm going to ask are legitimate, and the energy sector, which is the VRA that is taking care of the hydro dam, the Kpong, the thermal plant in Takrade, as well as Akosombo proper, they know the energy output of all these huge investments. Now, the question then arises like this: what is the total output of Akosombo, Kpong, and the so-called thermal plant we have in Takrade? If the answer is given, which I know they do have, well, somebody will say this is not a new thing. Of course it is a new thing, because maybe they have not been working in tandem, or they've not liaised up the distribution of energy in Ghana from the various ministries. Which ministries am I talking of? We have three places that this thing has to be dealt with. Actually four, but first let's just look at the Ministry of Energy itself, and then trade and industry. Now quickly, somebody will ask, why am I talking of trade and industry? And then with the Electricity Corporation of Ghana, they of course they buy the power of VRA, so we will say that they are for the domestic market, so they also come into the picture. But then again, everything is still in the hands of government, so we say that energy and the trade and industry, because trade and industry consumes the quantum part of the huge part of the energy that we actually produce from Akosombo, Kpong, and possibly from the thermal plant as well. So I think it would be proper that we know how many industries do we have in Ghana anyway, and what do they manufacture. All these things have to be looked at. Now we should know the industry output, not in terms of production, I mean input, in terms of energy consumption. That is what I'm talking about. We should actually look at their energy consumption per industry, per factory, per whatever, wherever they are located. We should look at, if it's a timber industry, the mining company, all those companies have to be looked at. Over the years, you should have a base data to be able to look at, say, last year's data. So they look at last year's data, and then they calculate and see how much energy XY company used in last year. And then they should look at all the households across Ghana. If they have proper data, they should have that though. But if they don't have proper data, then this is where my beef comes in. They will be able to know how much any average household in Ghana uses for energy. When we say an average household, you know, in Ghana, even if you have a fridge, it's a luxury. But let's say now everybody has a fridge because of Obrodiwa fridge. And let's say everybody has television because of the Obrodiwa televisions that they've been throwing on us. I have always sworn to myself that I'll never buy anything secondhand. So that one is one. But let's just leave that. So you see that with each household, we will be able to tell what their domestic consumption is. If you are able to tell how much their domestic consumption is, it will be easy for the policymakers, whoever they are, that will be people from the energy ministry and the trade ministry, to sit down and determine which people get the energy most and who do not get it, or it will be evenly distributed without people not feeling that we are having problems in the energy sector. Somebody will say, but why do you think this is possible? Especially if it's not raining. Of course it is true if it's not raining. One, we might either abrogate the contract we have with Togo when we are giving them energy and we are also having problems with our energy, or we'll easily have to find another way to solve this problem. And this is the third solution. This, I call it the third solution. It's a solution that if we actually look at it properly, we need our economists to sit down, proper economists. So we don't want people who are affiliated with any political party who want to go to the colleges, go to the universities, go to Legon. All the economists at the economics department, charter all of them. Let them sit down and think. Go to University of Cape Coast, go to Tech. All those economists in campus, call them. Call all those engineers on campus, those people who matter, those who did anything concerning energy. We need them. And a few of our expatriates, or a few of our, not if I say expatriates, I'm not talking about white people, I'm talking about Ghanaians who have actually moved out of Ghana and working outside. We need them. Invite them. And if they should be coming even every quarterly, it will be good. Then we sit down and then we think. Now, we need the statistics of all the number of households we have in Ghana, with all the shoddy ones that have no meters in their houses. We are not going to prosecute anybody because the government itself has to be prosecuted. For this, everybody is free. Because if we have energy in abundance, what we actually have to do is to make sure that every household in Ghana is lighted up before we even think of exporting energy. Now, we need to do this projection in a way that when somebody comes into Ghana to want to invest, what we should actually look at is if we will be able to meet their energy requirements before we say fee and give them assassin to build their factories on. Either than that, we are joking, because before anybody comes to a country to invest, they want to know if it is possible that production will be consistent and that the investment they are making, they are going to make money back. Well, for the present government that we have, they will always say, yes, it is possible. Me, I'm not anti-MPP, neither am I anti-NDC. I am anti people who don't reason. I am anti a president who will be gallivanting left and right and not bring anything home. I am anti people who are property grabbers. I am anti all that. But at the same time, of course, I believe in people working hard and gaining something through work. I believe in people prospering. But prosperity through hard work is different from prosperity through crime, or prosperity through thing that belongs to all of us. Actually, people should be held accountable. Now, in my next segment after this one, I'll tell you why the government actually is not needed in the cocoa industry. But if they are there, then they have to be accountable to all of us. Tell us how much they make on each ton of cocoa, and then how much they are selling an ounce of gold. We know it on the international market. It is 670 something euro or dollars for an ounce of gold. So government should tell us how much it is in it for him. We should know how much money is in the government chest, is in the Ghana government accounts. We have to know. We have to know. The Minister of Finance is not the only person who is privy to it. I'm serious. Many abrepa